Hello, everyone. Wanted to do a couple of readings on some of the stuff that's been going on this week. First of all, I wanted to ask if the venerable monks, what effect they had on Americans and the world. Just want to pick 3 cards on the monks. Buddhist monks that have been marching across the South into Washington, D.C. They kept teaching about insight and meditation and peace and like a Vipassana peace. You get the Page of Wands, which is the children, the youth, the new inspiration. It represents a new inspiration. The Emperor is about order, security, rules, regulations, laws, but security. The 4, which this number represents, is the number of stability and security. Coming out for stability, security, new inspiration, mindfulness. Each day I will be peaceful was the mantra that they kept talking about. And then this last card is the the Hierophant, the Pope upside down. So it's not about religion, it's about ethics and morals and unconventional, not your conventional religion. Buddhism is a philosophy of mindfulness and not a religion, but a practice of mindfulness and the ability to create peace within, honoring the self and respect for self and others. So it's a kind of a time of looking inward, turning in, finding our own wisdom. As Jesus said, the kingdom of God is within. So it's more about looking to our heart for inspiration, stability, security. In the midst of these changing times, the Hierophant also represents changes of laws and ethics and order, but looking within. So that's a good way to look at the how the monks were helping people look at themselves through another lens and to look within, not without, find peace within, stop hating, focusing our energies on what comes out of the White House, the hate, the vindictiveness of this president and the world chaos that's going on because of him and this organization, this regime. So things will continue to move forward in a stable way from now on. We do have that big shift coming up on the 17th with the eclipse, solar eclipse, that will affect the Aquarian people, Aquarius, Leo, Scorpio, Taurus individuals who are at the late degrees of the sign. So if you're born later in past Taurus, mid-May, meant to say mid-March, May, April, with Saturn and Neptune in Aries. So these are new energies that we're dealing with Saturn, Neptune in Aries, and then the eclipse in Aquarius, which affects the United States moon. So new information, maybe upsetting news, things that are different coming about. So let's look at the collective, because there's so much out there right now about the Epstein files and the international reach it has, had, was, is, maybe all of that still. Or they're all going about, Congress people getting some hearings on it. Let's look at what's happening with the Epstein files. Pick 3 cards to start. I think right now, I hate to say it, but I think it's just political theater going on, because that's what they do. Got the Wheel of Fortune, 2 of Cups, and the 9 of Swords upside down. So there's potential growth here, that things will grow in terms of people coming together and harmonizing or finding the right point of view together for all this suffering that's been going on for the victims and survivors. And of course, all these incestuous men come lie about what they did or didn't do. This is an old story from the patriarch. However, people are going to keep up the fight here with revealing, trying to reveal and expand on what happened, what happens, and what happened with this sex trafficking business, which is what they think of it as. The corrupt ones that are at the helm of a lot of governments, not just in the US. People with lots of money that can afford to pay off their pleasures. But the information comes forward that's pretty bold. Could even be from the younger generations who are not going to put up with this in their world. However, the 9 of Cups kind of upside down shows that there can be some wishes fulfilled in revealing this suffering that's been going on. There's a 9 of Cups, which is a wish card. So Congress coming together was the question. Would they, let's look at that, would they want to really persecute some of these people, or is it just propaganda? It's just like theater, political theater. In this election year, this midterm year, Congress, just want to focus on Democrats and Republicans. What are they doing about the Epstein files? What will they do? What will they intend to do? We start out with 2 of Pentacles, trying to put something together. Here's the earth shaking tower. Things are going to be, whether they like it or not, revealed. Things will be broken down. Things are rocking and rolling in Congress. And here's the King of Cups. Now, this represents the counselor when it comes to higher spiritual values in men, but it can also represent people concealing, men with power concealing things or manipulating things. Could also means that Cancerian, Scorpio, or Pisces men come forward, have a change in consciousness or awakening about this, because the Tower card is about awakening. It's a shock, wake up, things have changed. So again, Congress, Republicans and Democrats coming together kind of slightly, somewhat, 3 of Cups. They're not really celebrating, but it's more like joining or coming together around something to celebrate. Celebrate what? Persecution. 8 of Swords. Victims. Turning this upside down would mean the release of this suffering, this persecution, this manipulation of others, which can come in with this King of Cups, about manipulations. So my next question around this is whether new laws will be enacted, new bills come forward around. I think Congress needs to be redesigned or restructured. Like, why do they get to do insider trading? Just looking at that woman from, where is it, Somalia, representative in Minnesota, Elon or Yvonne, the first name. All of a sudden, she's got $30 million in the bank, and she started out with nothing, no different than Christie Cinema and others. So they're going to reform Congress. Reform Congress. Is that what we're looking at? There's an initiative to reform the Congress. So we're going to reform it 2026 or 27 or soon. Yeah, there's some plans being put together. Seven of Swords, the initiative, Seven of Swords. But also the Seven of Swords gives the indicators that they've been getting away with this insider trading stuff. New laws. The Death card. Things have to end before new things can begin here. So the ending of what? The people in there like to clean house, get elected officials. Yeah, put together something new with the Magician. Elected officials. The world, we're going through such endings of the old ways that don't work, and people are awakening with this eclipse coming up in America, awakening to what goes on in Congress and who the leaders are, who they represent. They're not the working class. This is the oligarchs, 10 of Pentacles, of people who have inherited money over the generations that have run the world. Yep. Queen of Pentacles can represent nurturance, stability, maybe a better stability for the country. Reforming. A woman could lead the charge to reform. Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus, older woman to reform. I don't know who this is yet. Still, this is the idea of people getting paid or commissions or contracts with the Three of Pentacles. And maybe this is just revealing what goes on with these insider trades going on. So they're doing it. And then there'll be the Fool. New path has to be forged forward. So I'm going to say they're still doing it under the cover of something, trying to get away with insider trading. So reforming Congress, it's going to take some time. Maybe a couple more elections. Definitely a new president, new order, different regime, administration. What else did I want to read about? Look at the eclipse coming up, people waking up. Of course, the Strength card pops up. We have strength, we have perseverance, we have fortitude. This is the year the U.S. turns 250. The Constitution, Uranus coming into Gemini in June. The revisiting of the Constitution. And our foreign friends and enemies that's going on right now. And the trade wars, the tariffs, the taxes without representation. Going back to 1776, the king, the old king, the new king. That's a song by The Who. I won't be fooled again. So the Ace of Cups wants us to have some faith, some hope, some new inspiration. With I think the Constitution is going to receive some revision or some change. We are in a Mercury retrograde period between now and middle of March, so there's a lot of revelations going on about corrupt governments, people represented by the Devil card, overcoming temptation, reaching for a more spiritual heart, which was the message of the monks, and letting go of all this materialism, BS that we all strive for. Can't take it with you. Two of Pentacles, things coming together, putting things together. It's also a time of budgeting. Budgeting your money, I'm going to say. Yeah, because the stock market is dipping down and stuff. It goes up and down, but so still, watch your expenses. We're in the tax season now. Who's going to pay their taxes? Who is not? So here we go with the King of Wands. A new way of looking at things, or philosophy, or some kind of leadership is going to emerge out of all this corruption with the Devil card and things being put together, people coming to some kind of alignment. The chaos cannot continue. Is the question. Yeah, finding the way path forward. So still we got to deal with all the delusionals out there. So hopefully Neptune and Aries will start to cure that, and Saturn in the next 2 years, revealing all the illusions, the Maya, the false hopes and dreams, sleight of hand that goes on with the politics, political people. What else? The eclipse is coming up on Monday with lots of revelations. New moon energy, new beginnings. It affects everyone differently. And we're tired of the same old, same old. We all want some change. Same old, nothing's being offered. Certainly not by Congress right now. I think we're just seeing a lot of political theater. That's my point of view. But they do want to keep things the way they are. Stability, the Four of Pentacles. So we'll see. Still an ongoing drama. It's the best soap opera on TV. Don't even have to watch TV anymore. Soap operas. All right. Well, I hope you like the reading, or it's helpful. Like and subscribe, leave a comment. It helps the channel. Thanks for watching. And we'll see you on the next one.